Everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing the gory From Dusk Till Dawn ripoff movie Legion of the Dead for you all. So the film starts off with two guys that have just started their trip together through the beautiful California desert when they're kidnapped by the notorious Kern River Killer. So securing their escape through hilarious means and the aid of an old friend, they soon stumble into a small desert town where, unbeknownst to them, a mysterious tall blonde man and his sadistic henchmen are killing people to create a Legion of the Dead. So I need to say I first saw this movie on VHS when it first came out and didn't like it at all. Years later, when I found out that the newly released Blu-ray is the uncut version, I figured I'll give it another chance to see if this time there's extra footage. The extra footage had somewhat improved the film a little bit. It hasn't, I've got to say. I didn't notice anything meaningfully different from the cut I saw back then. Though, to be honest, I don't really remember the movie that well to begin with, which probably says something already. The film opens in a confusing, overstuffed mess. There's far too much going on at once. The tone is all over the place, and the acting is extremely silly. Characters stumble through one absurd scenario after another that feels more like bad improv than actual acting or storytelling. The production is dirt cheap in the worst way possible, and the image frequently looks soft, murky, and out of focus in some scenes, and the lighting is flat, and the whole thing has the cheap, rushed feel of a movie that has never meant to hold under any real scrutiny. So, as I said previously, this is a blatant ripoff of From Dusk Till Dawn, and a really bad one at that. It tries to copy the structure of a road trip crime story that suddenly turns into a vampire bloodbath, but it lacks the style, the charisma, the tension, and the fun that made that film work. Instead of sharp dialogue and escalating dread, you get awkward performances, nonsensical decisions by all the actors, and a general sense that no one involved was entirely sure what kind of movie they were making. So I've got to say things do somewhat improve in the last 30 minutes. The film finally shifts gears, leans into the vampire premise, and becomes briefly entertaining with plenty of gore and some energetic undead action. For a short stretch, it almost feels like it might claw its way into so good is bad territory. I was honestly considering bumping the score up a notch based on that late surge of energy and bloodletting, and also the silliness also takes a backseat, and the acting does somewhat improve. Then the ending arrives. The ridiculous twist completely undercuts anything that came before it, rendering the film and story pointless and leaving a sour aftertaste. Whatever minor goodwill the final act had built evaporates instantly. So I give this movie 1 star out of 5. 1 star is generous. Legion of the Dead is a cheap, confused, poorly made mess that only briefly wakes up near the end before sabotaging itself with a pointless twist. The uncut Blu-ray doesn't fix any of the fundamental problems unless you're a completist for terrible early 2000s director horror movies. This one you can safely skip. I also got to say the director Olaf Ittenbach is well known within the horror community. He's a German filmmaker that makes a lot of these gore movies. I haven't seen a lot of his movies, but I have seen two of his movies. Dark Divorce from 2007, which I really liked, and also I think it's called Garden of Love, which I found extremely gory as well, but also very creepy and scary. So this director does have potential. It's just I didn't like this movie. The director has released some newer movies, so I will try and track them down as well, and also review those movies for you on my YouTube channel. So if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more upcoming horror movie reviews in the future. Cheers.